Coming up, it's not Dixon. It was entertaining, and we pick it up in the third.
Third round of 6. Black trunks, remember, Darren Rhodes of Leeds, who started his career with the Manchester fight guru, Brian Hughes, but now with Michael Marsden in Yorkshire.
Well, Dixon seemed to get the better of that exchange with his left hook. Seemed to have more of an impact.
Just wonder whether Rhodes might go to the body a little more, try to bring down that high-held guard of Scott Dixon. Just been headhunting a bit. Dixon gets there with the right.
Well, he's found that he can get through with that punch. He's got to bring that into play a bit more than he is, Dixon, because that's a decent shot, that right hand.
A lot of leather being thrown by Rhodes, but a lot of it hitting arms and gloves. Phil Edwards, who will be scoring this, will have to take due note of that. It's just a bit tricky to score this. And the jab gets in from Dixon, who again makes Rhodes miss. This is pretty good from Scott Dixon so far in this round.
Yeah, this is a better round from him, starting with that good right hand. He's just starting to land with the cleaner punches.
And of course, very, very experienced. Although he has been stopped by Anthony Farnell in 7, Takalou in 1, Steve Roberts in 9, in failed adventures into the light middleweight ranks. But I think he'll think this is a winnable fight.
Nice little
good left hook was good from Rhodes, a couple of times over. Better from him, and then a chopping right hand as well. His best work of the round.
And the legs of Dixon just seem to stiffen in there.
Dixon will be glad he's not fighting a southpaw tonight. He seems to struggle with them. And defeat last time against Portman and Port Cider didn't help Dixon's cause. Finish the rabbit punches, says Phil Edwards to Rhodes.
Jab working a bit better in this round from Dixon.
Both of them want this a lot. Dixon knows he needs a win, and this would be a very, very good one to get. Otherwise, the paydays might dry up. Another good left hand. Looks sharp from Rhodes, that one. Seemed to have an effect as well. And just doubled up for a moment. There was one and went in low. Dixon.
A little sign of distress coming from Dixon there.
Dixon started this round well, but Rhodes has come on quite strong as it's gone on.
Yes, he's threw some eye-catching punches, Rhodes, and I think probably just did enough to win that.
Yeah, I think he pulled it round. And he might be pulling into a useful lead as well, Darren Rhodes, in this.
How are you feeling, kid? You've really got to go up a gear here. You will. Double left hand. You're hitting him with good sharp left hand.
With the well-travelled Benny King.
Double the jab up. Get the right hands in. You catch them with good right hands and you throw it straight and sharp.
Well, it was a good start in the round from Dixon. And it looked as if he could win that round, but he just dropped off towards the end and let Rhodes get back into that.
You could argue, maybe, over the scoring of the rounds here, but I've given all 3 so far to Rhodes.
Yeah, mine's exactly the same. I just thought he's done that bit better with his work, his accuracy, and his timing's been more.
This is the 4th round. Tartan Trunks, Scott Dixon, who's got to establish himself a little here. Rhodes looking an improved performer. Someone who's really had to work at the business. Nobody's done him too many favours on the way through, and they've been setbacks. He's had to show plenty of character. Easy to walk away, and some do. But he hasn't. He's stuck at it. Maybe he has a wee bit more ambition at this stage as well. What do you think, Glenn?
Well, that's what it looks. I think probably Dixon's been through the mill a bit more than Rhodes, and that's showing. Just a bit fresher isn't he, I think, Darren Rhodes?
You can't take it away from Dixon, though. He did win a Commonwealth title against fellow Sean Sullivan from New Zealand and win 2 against Charlie Kane. So reasonable level for him to have reached in his career as a welterweight, of course. But that was then 3 or 4 years back, and this is now at light middleweight. Different proposition. He's done a lot of quite good defensive work in this fight, I think, Dixon, at times, blocking a lot, but he just needs to somehow grab the initiative, do something to dent Rhodes.
Well, he's shown he's got the experience in there, Dixon, knows how to handle himself, but he needs to show how he knows how to win, and he hasn't won for a long time, Dixon, and I think he's out the habit of that.
Got in with the right hand again, but just had no effect at all on Rhodes, who waded on forward.
Keep him up! Keep it tight there. Don't put his head down. Come here. Nice and tight.
Be worried about the head work, I think, the referee there. Just starting to switch 1 or 2 down into the body as well now, Rhodes.
Still a very hard-fought contest, this.
Oh, good shots. 2 of them, 3 of them from Rhodes.
He did that well. He led with the right hand, then come back with the left, quite unorthodox, but got away with that, Darren Rhodes.
It was quite a classy burst, that, from Rhodes. Oh, and he came back there. That was, I think, a bit of afters. I think he felt he got caught with a low one, Rhodes, and he says, right, have one back. It's that kind of fight. Don't take liberties with me, I think was the message there. You could have seen championship fights with less intensity than this.
Good left hook from Dixon, and the jab.
One of his best. Hard fight. Fifth round of 6. Black trunks Rhodes, Scott Dixon, the former Commonwealth Welterweight champion, looking to end his losing streak. Starting to leak 1 or 2 punches, having been quite tight early on, though, Dixon now. Dixon feels he has to gamble a bit. Have you read that Hauser book?
He needs to do a bit more.
Yes.
So
What's it like? Not bad. Hauser's just right.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of getting it. Yeah, I've got it to read on the inside.
Too much of the
From Scott Dixon.
It's almost like Roy Keane's.
It's a red Roy Keane's.
I think he's got a good story himself. He totally undermines it by going on Roy Keane.
Yeah, he was quite a big story.
But they saw the book and really, his story is good enough. Roy Keane's story.
Light hitters, it's shown a bit here. Right hand from Dixon after 2 from Rhodes, and then the uppercut wasn't bad either from Scott Dixon, who's still got plenty of fire about him. He's that kind of bloke, isn't he?
he's more accurate in this round for me. Just hitting the gloves a lot more. Rhodes not getting through with his shots. Dixon's getting some clean ones on.
These are quite tight rounds, some of these. Don't hold him behind the head and pull him on. That's a warning for Rhodes.
Rhodes trying to force his way forward there, just using his strength.
Dixon coming on strong. They're very well matched, these two. Good little undercard fight. It looked like it might be one of the fights of the night. It's turned out that way. It's a funny thing, often it's these kind of fights that the fans go home talking about at the end of the night and not the headliners. Arrive early is the answer, I think.
Well, it's very intense. You can see how much is on the line for both these fighters. They need to get a win here.
Decent bit of work from Dixon in that round, who's beginning to establish himself a little in this fight.
Settle the last round. This is the last round.
And there's only 3 minutes to go, Glenn.
That's it, last round, and he knows it.
Rhodes has landed quite a lot more, hasn't he? According to the computer printout, anyway.
Well, he's thrown a lot more. You know, that was obvious, but I'm not sure about them all landing. Quite a few seem to hit the gloves of Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, the computer can't see that any better than us, can it?
No,
Let's be honest.
He has done quite well defensively at times.
3 minutes to go in this. Last round, and Glenn has it by 2 points to Rhodes. If he's right, Dixon needs the stoppage, or certainly a knockdown anyway in this last round. Oh, big right hand, that from Dixon. If only he had a bit of a dig. It wouldn't half make life easier for him, and would have done earlier on in his career as well.
Well, it's a shame that for some fighters they get the decent punches on, but they just haven't got the power to go with it.
Well, you knew this would go the distance, barring something pretty dramatic. They've had 58 fights between them, these two, and scored a total of 12 knockouts or stoppages. Says it all. But they're giving the fans full value here. Heads gouging together on the inside. It's got a bit rough in there at times, and the referee has done a good job, Phil Edwards. He's had a busy night. Good left hook, twice over, then one to the body, and another one from Rhodes, who gets the better of these exchanges. Cleaner punches from him, don't you think, Glenn?
Yeah, they're really going at it, but they know there's so much on the line. It's the last round here. Could be quite tight.
And they've both been sent out from the corners, quite rightly, with the instructions it could all depend on this, and it might too in a 6th round, and no telling how the refs got it, because you could argue about a few of these rounds. You really could. My impression is that Rhodes has shaded it.
Yes, he shaded some of the rounds for me in what is a very good fight.
There's a low blow from Dixon, and you could hear the groan from here from Darren Rhodes as he went down. I think that one really did hurt, and he's going to need some recovery time. And he gets a lecture over there, Scott Dixon. I don't know if there's any point deduction that's gone on there. There's no sign of it from the referee.
No, I don't think there was a deduction, just a stiff word.
Just picking his shots a bit better, although there was a good left from Dixon. Rhodes just that bit cleaner with his work, perhaps, in what's been a furious last round. This has been a very good undercard fight, and another low blow from Dixon. Now then, what's the referee going to do? To be fair to him, Rhodes makes little of it. And Dixon wades in with a left hook and a right cross. This is some fight, this, isn't it?
Well, he's trying so hard, Scott Dixon, trying to find a punch, trying to be busier.
Right hand, left himself open, Rhodes. Great last round. Just terrific action. The final few seconds coming up of this. Give these two guys a pay rise.
Well, they deserve the money for this one.
And a bit more, I'd say.
For me, Rhodes just doing that little bit extra.
But Scott Dixon, I think, showing tonight he's still got a bit of a future at his level. And he's got it a draw. He gives it a draw, and you couldn't really argue too much with that. Our impression was that Rhodes had just done enough to win it, but the referee says it's a draw, and I wouldn't give anybody a long argument.
No, I wouldn't either. I thought Rhodes had probably just done a little bit more, but Dixon gets a share of it. I think he should be quite lucky with that. He seemed a bit disappointed at the end, as if he thought he'd done enough to win, but that was a good contest.
And even now, the promoters are drawing up plans for the rematch somewhere.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? And we wouldn't be in too much of an argument about seeing that one again.
I think there was a case there for saying neither of them really deserved to lose it. Dixon put in a heck of an effort. Would have been tough on him after a 2-year run without a win to have lost it, because I thought he showed he's still got a future. Rhodes, maybe he won it, but you couldn't really have a big argument. It's a draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, referee Phil Edwards has awarded 58 points to each boxer. We have a draw.
2 rounds each with 2 even was how the ref scored it, and I've got a feeling they're going to do that all over again sometime soon.
Well, didn't both men there give us such value for money? Third draw on each cards. Was that fair result?
I thought Rhodes won it too, but as the boys said, it was a very good fight. It was high quality, you know. There was some good work being put in there, and they do both have something to offer to the division in this country.
So let's have it again at light middleweight.
Well, yeah, please. I'd love to see that, you know, but whether they want it again, I don't know.
Down at welterweight.